Hello, my friends. It's good to be back. I know the last two videos were a little heavy. I mean, it's for, well, when you see this video, it's going to be Friday. So we're going to just do something a little bit more light for the palate. Um, First off, I finished moving. I'm still unpacking and putting things away, but I finally got my PC working and going. As you can see, background is completely different. um, so the infamous crates in the background, they're now in a closet in my new place. And that's nice, you know. I got like a nicer little space for myself, and I'm happy with it, you know. I'm gonna do something background wise down the road. I gotta save up a little bit of money to do it. So you know, I'm back. I am in the process of doing a format change because you know, while I was gone, obviously, you know, the death of Charlie Kirk happened, and then we had the ICE agents get attacked, and there's some other things that have been going on, specifically within like the trans community and all that stuff. That it really, I don't want to say it piqued my interest, but it more concerns me. And I think that we need to have a serious sit down and discuss everything that's going on. So basically, that's what's going on right now. Is I want to do a format change, something that's a little more punchier. It's not that I don't enjoy the original format, but it's overdone. You know, I'm just another guy reading articles, and I was worried that I was going to fall into that trap. And like, let's be honest here. Why come here to listen to me read an article when you can go anywhere else to listen to them talk about an article? That's not unique. That's not different. I need to have my own voice. And I mean, I do enjoy having like the graphics saying, you know, Jack's final thoughts down on this side right here and all that stuff. But I still just was not really thrilled with it, and it was getting to a point where it was like I would like to do something different. So I figured I'd wait until the move was done. I'm gonna start working on some graphics for the channel, and again, it's just gonna be a little punchier. Like my plan is I would like to get like some kind of graphic in the background to have a little bit more interest. I mean, you're gonna see my face quite a bit more rather than the article. You know, and I was listening to some of my videos, which I don't normally do. I don't listen to my stuff because it's weird to listen to yourself talk. And to me, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm not really a fan of it. But I was listening to myself, and I proved the concept in my view, at least. I did prove the concept. It's just, I think it could be done better. I really think it could be done better. I think, you know, I don't mind having like fireside chats. Maybe I'll do like a little graphic with a fireplace in the background and sit here and talk to you every once in a great while. But I think that, you know, we can do better. You know, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a little bit of cash aside and get like a couple lights to kind of help this background a little bit better. Get like a nice little green screen in the back so that way I can have like graphics and stuff. I would like to get a better camera, you know, because right now I'm just using a little cheap Logitech camera that I just happen to have. It, like I said, it's getting me by, but there's better. There's better and all that stuff. So I've been kind of mulling those ideas around. I've been on Discord quite a bit, which if you're not on my Discord, you should be. We'll go ahead and post a link, and I'm gonna start emphasizing the Discord quite a bit more because I think it's been easier to get a hold of people that way and just have ideas. And we got a pretty good community. We talk about books, and we talk about film, and we talk about all that stuff. And I want that place to be open for all, within reason. Obviously, I can't have certain things on there, and there's certain things I don't want on there. So I'm advertising that quite a bit more, and I'm gonna change quite a bit of things. So we're gonna do it in stages. The first stage is gonna be graphics, and the other thing too is I'm going to divide the channel basically into two parts. We're gonna have one playlist that's gonna be like clean videos, right? And what I mean by clean is no swearing. The topics are a little bit more curated, all that stuff, right? And then the other side is we're gonna call it like, off the top of my head, like Sentinel Circle After Dark, where we do allow swears and a little bit more naughty language and all that stuff. In fact, the last video I swore, just to kind of emphasize that we're going to allow that. And I do want to go back to live streaming. And a lot of my content is going to be like multifaceted. So like I'm gonna do like the main show, but I'm also going to chop it up so that way we can do like YouTube shorts and stuff and kind of get the message out that way a little bit more. So yeah, we're gonna emphasize all that stuff. Right now, I because I was just so excited to get back and talk about certain things that I slapped my PC together and got it functional enough that I can get on here and just start making content again, because I do miss being here. I don't want to say it's been hard not being on YouTube, but it was missing in my life. I didn't realize how attached I got to it. But it's been interesting. I will say that we did have on the channel quite a good push with the last video, the AT&T CEO video. We got up to 95 subs, and then we started losing subs. We're at 92 now, and I don't want to say what that was. Quite frankly, as long as I get above 1,000 subs, so that way I can stream better on YouTube. That's basically my plan. Is get to 1,000 subs so I can do the membership stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff I would like to do, but I need the money to do it. And I'm not begging for money right now. I'm trying not to beg for money in general. Because right now I don't have much to offer. So once we get things going, it'll be a lot better. I'm not doing like ads right now. I'm not doing a lot of that stuff. I think there would be like a membership only section for certain things. That was my plan. But we'll see how it goes, But like I said, the move itself was good. It was successful. It stressed the hell out of me, but we got through it. And it's going pretty well. I tinker a lot because in my job I fix things, so I tinker a lot at home, and I finally have a space where I can actually start tinkering with stuff, set up my 3D printer, and make some stuff. You know, maybe I'll make something for the channel and sell it. You know, I've talked about doing like buttons and stuff. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'm like I said, I'm glad to be back. I know a lot of people have been missing me. But no, I didn't leave. I didn't abandon the channel. I'm here. It was just I had to focus on moving, and like I said, about near killed me. Yeah, we're doing okay. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably do another week of videos like this, where it's just me talking candidly about my thoughts and stuff while I make graphics and stuff for the new channel. My goal is to stick to 20-minute videos. I mean, there may be like, you know, a special video every now and again where I just sit down like this and I just talk and talk and talk and talk, you know what I mean? But I will say that a lot of people do like my longer musing videos, which technically this is what one of those musing videos. Oh, excuse me. But there are other people that like the structured format. So the structured format, I would like to, you know, turn it more into like, you know, kind of like a low budget television show, you know, commentary show, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the title of it's going to be yet. I'm still kind of working out the ideas, and those would take over the Monday, Wednesday, Friday slot. And then, like I said, I'll probably do like a musing video every or Tuesday or something along those lines. Let me get a sippy sip of water here. My famous water. I haven't been hydrating enough. It's starting to finally get cooler here down in Texas, but my point is there's a lot that I want to do, and like I said, after reviewing what I've done and all that stuff, I like I said, I want to do quite a lot. There is a lot of potential there. It's just, unfortunately, I fell into a trap, and I was worried about falling into that trap, and I still fell into it. So I'm going to try and dig my way out of the trap. We'll still do the articles. I don't mind doing the articles. I think they're important. But you're not here to listen to me read an article. You're here to listen to my opinions on the article. And I think that was kind of the issue that I was running into, is I was not given enough opinion, and I was just reading. So I've done a lot of studying and research and practice, you know, and I'm still going to fumble through what I am planning on doing, but again, it's going to be a lot better. I'm going to also try not to drink much on camera too. It's just right now, you know, I gotta stay hydrated. I had a drink yet today, so like I said, that's kind of my plan, my thinking in all of this. But yeah, like I said, everything's looking good so far. Everything feels good. I'm in good health, so yay me on that. You know, now that things are cooling down, I'm hoping to be a little more outside. I was avoiding it this summer simply because, like, I wasn't, you know, I gained quite a significant amount of weight since the start of this year. I'm back over 300 again, which that wasn't good, but a lot of that was the move. I couldn't really cook. You know, I was relying on not fast food, but frozen foods. and that was just completely unhealthy. But I'm getting to a point where I can start cooking again, and I'll start getting my diet in check, because at this point I'm tired of being fat. I really am. You know, I want to be able to hike without having to stop every 5 steps to inhale. I want to be able to go out and enjoy life, you know. Because I will say that, like, the death of Charlie Kirk really greatly impacted me. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, it's more, he died doing what he believed in, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I realized I was not living a life I was proud of, and I want to change that. I want to live with more purpose in my life. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that, is living with more purpose in life, so I don't know what that looks like. Like I said, I want to get this mess of boxes and stuff cleaned up before I really, like, do that. But, like, I had to start working. I worked one day this week because I ran out of vacation. That sucked. The place that we rented, I keep saying we, like the royal I, we. I rented a little condo, and the landlord, and she's a very nice woman. I know here, like, I tend to talk down about women a lot for reasons. But no, she's a very nice Southern woman. She's older. She's, what, in her 60s or 70s or something like that. Her son's about, like, a couple of years older than I am. But they're nice people, very nice people. And this property is kind of like her baby. So I've been kind of working on it myself. We had an issue. I had an issue yesterday with the light fixture in the main bathroom. It shorted out on me, so I had to go fix it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to shower in light. So I had to go fix it, and she freaked out, and she's like, "Oh, let me get an electrician over there." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine. You don't need to." So she ended up getting an electrician, and dude came over, and he's like, "You did this on your own?" I was like, "It's not hard. It's wire, get some Wago connectors, and you're good to go." What happened was the neutral on one of the light bulbs, because it's a 4-light fixture that hangs over the mirror. One of the neutrals came out of the wire nut, and because of that, the light was dead, and but the live was still connected. So I was changing the light bulb on it because I thought that the bulb was just dead, and it shorted on me. Like, the whole light fixture shorted on me, and I heard it arc, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" So I pulled it down. I damn near stripped the mounting screw, because it's got, like, these little 2 prongs that sit like this. So you hang it onto the plate, and then the screw comes up from under, and that's what secures it. And so I opened it, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" I saw what it looked like in there, and I was like, "Okay, I got to take it down." So I took it down. And like I said, the neutral was dangling there. The thing was not grounded at all. So I took photos, and I sent to the landlord, and she's like, "Oh, that's not good." And I said, "No, it's not." So I shut down the power, which I think that was an overreaction. The electrician's like, "Oh, you just got to turn off the little switch." I was like, "I don't know about that, but okay." he'd been an electrician for 30 plus years, so you know I'll take his advice, but like I didn't feel comfortable with it, but so I went down to Home Depot and I bought some Wago connectors. They're really simple. They're like little spring connectors. So you stick the wire and then you flip down a little switch and it secures the wire in place. They're really neat, very European. I like using them, but I know that that's not everyone's bag. Here in the U.S., a lot of people still use the wire nuts, and I'm not a fan of the wire nuts because I can't seem to get them right ever. So he took off my Wago connectors and rewire nutted everything. I was like, okay. So now I got a bag of Wago connectors that I don't know what to do with. I'll use them in a project somewhere, something. So anyways, so there was that. The lady that lived in this place before me, she shut off the power and the water, and I had to be out of the apartment by the 18th, the end of the 18th. So because the power and the water was out, my new landlord, she couldn't clean the place. Her and her son were over trying to clean, and there was no power, there's no water. So they're trying to clean with a Swiffer mop and Lysol wipes. And I was like, oh God, just stop, please. I told him, you're not gonna do much. Just stop. Bless her heart. She's such a nice lady. I said, look, I'll clean it. Not a big deal. You know, so that was just one more issue that I had to overcome. But you know, it wasn't a bad deal. Like we got it going. We did well. Again, I keep saying we, the royal I here. I did well. But no, the move was good, and then like I said, I had to go back to work. I ran out of vacation time. I burnt it all. So I got no vacation until next year, which is fine. Not like I'm gonna do anything the rest of this year, anyways. But you know, whatever. So I'll just, you know, I'll work on stuff here. Get the channel back up to snuff. There's some things that I want to do. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Again, it's good to be back with you, my friends. I have missed all of you, and I enjoyed talking to all of you over on Discord. If you're not on Discord, I will post a link that you can join at any time. Please feel free to join. Just know that if you're a jerk, you will be banned. Yeah, we're changing things. I don't like where things headed, but like I said, I had to do some serious self-reflection. I will say that the direction that I was going, I realized I didn't want to go down. So we're finding a new footing. But, you know, people are here and they are enjoying the direction that we're going. So, you know, I don't want anybody to think that we're no longer a men's channel. We're still going to be a men's channel, you know, but we're not, you know, we're doing other things too. We can be men of Renaissance, you know, we can do multiple things. But yeah, so we're going to make some changes. And like I said, you'll see those changes over time. And please don't freak out. It's still good old Jack right here. You know, and in fact, hopefully you'll see some change here too. Like I'll lose weight. That'd be nice, right? Anyways, I'm going to end it here. I got some pasta calling my name, and I would like to eat lunch because it's officially 1:30 in the afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed my videos this past week. I know it was a very heavy topic, but we had to talk about it, you know. So, have a good day and have a good weekend, please. And I will be here, and I hope to see you on Discord. Okay, have a good day.